If you were told that Mercy Johnson has a sister in Ghana, you would not believe it. You'd be like, no, this can't be true. But this is her sister crying on Ghanaian national TV in search of Mercy Johnson and her brother, Daniel Johnson. They also have the pictures they took together with Mercy Johnson when she was young. According to the story from the mother, whose name is Madam Mary Johnson, she got married to Mercy Johnson's father, Thomas Williams Johnson, in Ghana. Thomas William Johnson was an immigrant from Liberia who came to Ghana in search for a better life, including Ghanaian nyash. Eventually, they both met, fell in love, and did what every normal people that are in love would do, which is getting married. After their marriage, they both lived happily together in the city of Takoradi in Ghana, and their marriage was blessed with 3 lovely children, who they named Afia Johnson, their eldest child, Mercy Johnson, the second born, and then Daniel Johnson, the last born. So the family lived happily until Thomas started missing his home country, Liberia, which he had left many years ago and never visited for once. And this made me wonder if this man started the Japa movement before Nigerians took over. So one fateful day, Thomas spoke about his intention to move back to his home country, Liberia, with his family, not just for a visit, but to start a new life there. The guy must be a nomad who has no permanent location. Because why would he move from Liberia to Ghana and then Ghana to Liberia again? But his wife Mary Johnson disagreed, insisting that Ghana is a better place to stay and train their children. This brought a lot of argument and disagreement between the couples, especially when Thomas insisted that he must take his children along with him to Liberia if his wife Mary Johnson doesn't want to go with them. You know women now, at the mention of taking away their children they carried for 9 months, you will know the meaning of oncolos, oncolos, oncolos. As we all expected, the argument lasted for weeks until they both forgot they even had the argument in the first place, and eventually things went back to normal. So one morning, Mary Johnson went to the market to get some stuff for the family. Since she was going to stay long, she needed someone to help her. So she took her eldest daughter, Afia Johnson, along with her to the market. Because that's how African mothers train their first daughters. They are errand girls, you know. But unknown to Mary, that day was the day her husband Thomas Johnson was planning to japa from Ghana to Liberia with their children. Since their first daughter went to the market with her, Thomas Johnson had no option but to take only Mercy Johnson and Daniel Johnson to Liberia. Immediately Mary Johnson, their mother, came back from the market. She was told by her nosy neighbors that her husband and her 2 children had traveled with loads of bags. That seems they were not planning to return back again. As you know what every mother that hears this kind of news would do, she cried and cried. From that day, Mary Johnson did not hear from her husband and children again. She tried going to Liberia in search for them, but she did not know where to start from. This is what you get when you get married to someone in the city without going to the village to know where they really come from. Lagos people do this a lot. Well, few days after Thomas left with the children, she got a letter from the post office, which was written by her husband, Thomas Johnson. Thinking that she has gotten a love letter from her dear husband, what she saw in the letter made her cry more. In the letter, Thomas told her that they had an accident on their way going to Liberia, and he was seriously injured, with the children sustaining little injuries. Therefore, they were taken to Nigeria where they would stay for proper treatment. What's this? What's this? Because I don't understand how someone that is going to Liberia from Ghana would find himself in Nigeria. Guys, look at the map of Africa. This is Ghana to Liberia, and look at Nigeria here. So how could they be going to Liberia from Ghana and then went back all the way to Nigeria? Someone should please explain to me in the comment section because I'm not understanding. Since after she received that letter from Thomas, her husband, she did not hear from him again till date. She was only left with her first daughter and the hope that one day her family will come back to her. After a few years of hoping that her family would come back to her, she lost every hope left and then got married again and gave birth to the lady beside her, who is Mercy Johnson's 4th sibling from another father. According to this Mary Johnson, when she came across Mercy Johnson, the Nollywood actress in a movie, she felt the shock that shows that this actress is her missing child, Mercy Johnson. Since then, she has been looking for ways to reach out to her and believes that if she could get through to Mercy Johnson, she will eventually find her only son, Daniel Johnson, since their father took both of them that day. So here she is, crying and begging the Ghanaian government and the Nigerian government to reunite her with her son and daughter, whose names are Mercy Johnson and Daniel Johnson. And she has their pictures when they were young.
Mercy Johnson and Daniel Johnson, wherever you are, the lady beside me who is seriously crying is your younger sister. She is the fourth born of your mom. She is here seriously crying. The family, the entire family are seriously looking for you people, which is Mercy Johnson and Daniel Johnson. When you are watching these videos, it's your sister and your mom. Those who are here crying are your sister and your mom. They are here seriously crying. So try your possible best and come for our reply. We need your reply very soon. So we will get your elder sister, which is the firstborn of your mom. I think that girl will have the details of the history or the story. So this girl or this lady don't have more history about it, but it was because the name that they used on it, that Akusia Manu, that's why she don't understand and asked her mom, and she narrated all the story for her. Otherwise, she don't have or she don't know any story about this one. So we will get to your elder sister, the one before you, and then we will have an interview with her. She will narrate everything for us. So we need your reply very soon. We need your reply. Your mom is seriously looking for you. Look at the way your sister is here crying. It's not fair. It's not fair. 9-month journey is not common. So be serious and look for your mom. Whether it's Daniel Johnson or Mercy Johnson, but I think when we get Mercy Johnson, we will soon get Daniel Johnson. So, opinions leaders and Ghanaians, let's help this family to get their children back, Mercy Johnson and Daniel Johnson.
Actually, this is so touching, especially the fact that they were crying on TV makes it more emotional. It makes one imagine the pain of losing your own children. I was moved by the story, actually, but the interviewer spoiled the show. What kind of accent was that? The entire family are seriously looking for you. Looking for her for what? To build the family again? You are looking for your family in Nigeria, and you are communicating in a language Nigerians can't understand. If not for the fact that I saw the translation of what they said in the interview somewhere else, how would one really know what they were saying? Now the question you will ask yourself is Nollywood actress Mercy Johnson missing? How could someone on the public domain be missing? As in, don't you know how to contact her? You don't know her Instagram and social media handles? If there is anyone that is missing here, it should be the two of them. The title should be Missing Mercy Johnson's mother and sister have been found in Ghana, and they are calling on Mercy Johnson to come for their rescue. To be honest, if Mercy Johnson was running mad on the streets of Nigeria, would they have cried looking for her? Like, would they have called a press conference for her sake like they just did? A poor man truly has no friend or relative. But if you look deeper into this case, these two ladies might be saying the truth because they are very serious about their story. I have checked Mercy Johnson's pictures to see if they are resemblance, and true, I think they resemble, especially the young lady with that Mercy Johnson signature nose. It might be true the Nollywood Mercy Johnson is their lost Mercy Johnson because somehow they look alike. I can see some resemblance, just that is not striking. My eyes is not good enough. On the other hand, the lady that is said to be Mercy Johnson's younger sister looks way older than Mercy Johnson. Abi she's that her first daughter that went to market with her when her husband took Mercy Johnson and Daniel Johnson away? Because I'm not understanding. That lady looks like someone in her early 50s. So how come she's Mercy Johnson's younger sister? Maybe it's not the Nollywood Mercy Johnson they are looking for, because that one is just 38 years old. Or our Mercy Johnson reduced her age. You know how these Nollywood actresses do their ages. This means that Mercy Johnson that is claiming 38 years old might probably be 58 years old, since this is our younger sister. But wait these one Ghanaians are just claiming Nigerians these days. I don't really understand. First, they claimed Tiwa Savage, then Hilda Baci, now Mercy Johnson. Is there another thing to this that they are not telling us? Because I don't understand why Ghanaians suddenly started claiming Nigerians. Is no longer comparing Nigeria to Ghana, or have they lost that battle and all they could do is to start claiming Nigerians that are doing well? Please, Ghanaians in the building should explain in the comment section why they suddenly started claiming Nigerians. Well, since this story is somehow convincing, I quickly checked the story Mercy Johnson gave us about her family, which is very open on Wikipedia. Well, it says that Mercy Johnson hails from Okene in Kogi State. She was born in Lagos State to a former naval officer, Daniel Johnson, and his wife, Elizabeth Johnson, who are both late. From this Ghanaian woman's story, she said Mercy Johnson's father was Thomas Williams Johnson, but the name Mercy Johnson gave as her father is Daniel Johnson, which is the same name the Ghanaian woman claimed is the name of Mercy Johnson's only brother. So, who is confusing who? With this, my final conclusion is that the Nollywood Mercy Johnson is not the Mercy Johnson they are looking for. Never forget there are many Mercy Johnsons out there in Nigeria. Maybe they should look on Facebook to see a lot of Nigerians that bear Mercy Johnson. Probably, or maybe, with God's grace, they might find their own Mercy Johnson there.